Alright, this is Steve's Consulting, and this is our comparison of a 30-year and a 15-year $250,000 loan. So the 15-year we found to be about 3.7% interest rate, and that's 180 payments, and the payment per month is $1,811. And we found that the total interest paid after the 15 years is $76,135, and then the total loan cost is $326,135. And the interest in monthly payments is $42, and then the recommended income for this loan, based off of our recommendation tool, is $77,651. For the 30-year loan, we found that a 4.6% interest rate was the most common, and this leaves us with 360 payments of $1,285 per year, or per month. The total interest paid at the end of the life of the loan is $212,725, with the total loan cost of $462,725. And the interest in monthly payments is $165. So from our analysis, if someone has a higher monthly income, they would be better fit for the 15-year loan over the 30-year loan, because it has a higher monthly payment, and the 30-year loan has a lower monthly payment, benefiting someone with a lower monthly income.
Switching over to our recommendation tool, we have a couple of questions that the customer can fill out and get recommendations based on each category that they fill out. In the first column, we have the questions, followed by the answers, and then our recommendation based on the way that they responded. The first one we thought was the most important is, what is your annual income? It's linked to the 30 and 15-year pages, the recommended income here. We found online that your mortgage or your rent should usually not exceed about 28% of your income. So that was the figure we used. We can play around with this a little bit. If you have an absurdly low income for $250,000, it's just going to recommend 30-year. But if you maybe Bill Gates and you make quite a bit of money, 15 years definitely going to be the way to do things. The next question, let's get this back to where it was how much are your monthly expenses, and specifically without housing, because obviously that's what you're trying to determine here. And this one is different in that it can also refuse to loan money. So as a ratio, I believe monthly expenses without housing should be somewhere around 50% of your monthly expenses. So you can play around with it here. If you're a very frugal person, it'll recommend a 15-year because you can afford it. But if you maybe live life a little more luxuriously, it's going to refuse or give you a 30-year recommendation. All sorts of different things there. Credit score is sort of similar. It can actually refuse it. We found 580 was usually the cutoff where you wouldn't be able to loan anymore. So 550, it's going to refuse it. And if it's high enough, I think if it's above 700, it'll recommend a 15-year loan. How much do you have in savings? It was generally recommended that you had 3 to 6 months worth of savings just for emergencies and that sort of thing. So if you have between 3 and 6 months of savings, it'll recommend a 30-year. Let's see, that should be something like that. And if you have in excess of 6 months, it'll give you a 15-year recommendation. If you're like some college students that don't have all that much, probably shouldn't be getting a loan. And then how many years do you retire? This one's pretty simple. Generally, if you're less than 15 years away from retirement, or even better, less than 30 years away from retirement, you probably should be looking at a 15-year. So anything up till 29, it's going to recommend you a 15-year. That way you're as close to possible to paying off the mortgage if it's not completely paid off. But if you have more than 30 years to retirement, it'll let you go for the 30-year. So that's our tool.